Hey y'all, welcome to the Love Conquers podcast, where I interview dope couples that will be dropping gems on how to help you in areas of your relationship that you might need help in. Right? So I got an amazing couple here today from the Chi-Town, our very own Darryl and Michelle, man. They coming to drop some gems. Let me introduce them, man. Let's get right into it, man. Hey, how y'all doing?
Man, I'm good, bro.
Good.
We're excited to be here, bro. We really are excited to be here. Like, before we even started to get into it, bro.
Go ahead.
We made it our business. We wanted to make sure and say to you, bro, like, happy birthright, man.
Oh, wow.
Like,
thank you.
This is a special day, bro, because we realized you didn't have to do this today.
Got it. Thank you.
You know, all this time could have been spent with your wife and your family, man, and the fact that you care that much, you putting out love that much, that it don't even matter that it's on the day that you was born, bro. It mean a lot to me and Michelle.
Hey, don't make me cry, man.
All right, man. No, we appreciate you, King, man. All right?
I appreciate you.
For sure, bro. So I'm good.
So look, let's get into it. Look, I know I introduced y'all as a dope couple, right? The word dope has so many different meanings, but what makes y'all relationship dope? Like, what makes y'all relationship unique? We're going to get into the dropping gems, right?
For sure.
We're going to get to the gems. I know y'all had a bunch of gems, but what makes y'all relationship unique?
I think the meet. Like, we met over 20 years ago, and
You said the meat?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, when we first met, over
Well,
20
the
years
beat
ago.
up, huh?
Yeah. So, for me, when I first met him, I saw a lot of things in him that I was looking for, that I didn't have in previous relationships. So, I think that really catapulted me to be sitting out on the stoop, and my cousin would be like, "Girl, you gotta talk to him. You gotta get your name." So me, I'm super shy, and so eventually, I started talking to him, having little conversations and stuff like that. And the more and more that I talked to him, I just really realized that I like what he had inside. You know, and what I saw from the outside, the love of family, his commitment to getting up and going to work and all of that type of stuff. So I saw in him what I wanted, and I felt like I could add to what he already had in him.
So I'm going to get to you. Let me
Right.
follow
Yes,
up
sir.
real
Yes,
quick.
sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So when you say, just so the audience, they can, I felt that. Like, I hope they felt that. So to me, who he portrayed when he first met you is who he really was.
Right.
Versus other people when you were with them. They changed. They wasn't
Exactly.
who they were when you first met them.
So before I met him, other people that I met, they had characteristics in them that I didn't know that I didn't want. So being with them, I realized what I wanted, and then when I saw and met him, I saw in him what I knew I wanted at that time.
She already dropping gems, y'all. She already dropping gems. First, I hope you caught that. The first thing she already said was, whenever you meet somebody, be who you portray yourself to be. Stop being somebody else. Come on, D.
Yeah,
Come on, D.
man,
Cooke,
bro,
Darryl.
I'm talking about.
I should have introduced him properly.
Man.
National author, national speaker. D. Cooke is in the building, y'all.
Bro.
And I've been waiting on him to listen.
Man, bro, it's an honor, bro. It's an honor, man.
Yeah.
So, first of all, man, like I felt every bit of that right there,
Yeah.
bro. Thank you for the questions and this space right here. I know what we're doing right now. This podcast is going to help out millions of other people who's going to be watching this, but really, we have no way of gauging like what it's doing for us. We be in our house, bro. We be in our cocoon, taking care of our business, raising our children. You know, I get a chance to hear my wife speak, but not on a big platform like this. And to hear, you know, like what my wife would like say about me, like what I did as she spoke, I kind of like took myself out of this moment and said, let me just sit back and enjoy this. Because I'm always running my mouth, right? I was sitting over there, bro, and I just watched her speak. And I really felt proud, like, to be her husband, like, in that moment, man, because I knew that she gonna hold me down and, like, say what's right and exact. And so that piece right there, bro, that she just gave you when you just talked about, like, what some of the qualities that, like, really, like, bring y'all together.
Yeah, what makes y'all dope? Like,
What make us dope, bro, is, like, you know, like, from the moment you start dating, or being in relationships, we go through this phase as men where we just excited, you know what I'm saying, to try to hook up with a girl and see what we can make happen. Let's make some magic happen, right? And then you grow to learning like to sit with somebody, to talk, to communicate is deeper than like sex. Like, oh, this person got a thought process, right? You know?
Right.
And I think by going through so many relationships, and people know my history, you know, being married before, getting locked up,
Talk
things
about
that we'll
that,
get
yeah.
into, like domestic violence. My
Yeah.
mother getting locked up when I was 7, so I never really seen what a relationship looked like. For me, though, I knew I wanted to be married, though, right? I don't know if it was because I'm a 100% solid man, or I just wanted to show my parents, you know what I'm saying, how it should have went. You know, I was mad, you know what I'm saying, because my family wasn't together. You know, mom and dad didn't stay together, so at an early age, I was like, I'm gonna show y'all this. It's simple. This all you have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I went out there and had those failed marriages, bro. And they take you to a space where you start all over.
Got it.
And you thinking to yourself like, man, everything like you said about that piece, like being who you are. So many women presented themselves as that chick. Like, I'm on my business.
But they wasn't, though.
But they wasn't. They was lacking in key critical areas, bro. Like the attention to detail that she had. Like a woman, she would hype me up on my physical prowess. But when it comes to my intellectual upliftment,
She wasn't there.
It was void.
So are you saying the meat and who she was and who she stayed to be, are you agreeing with her and saying that that's what makes our relationship unique?
1,000%. And not only has that quality made the situation unique, bro, it's educated me as a man. I grew as an individual man in her presence.
Got it.
Like, if I walk away from this relationship now, my stock value went up.
Got it.
It went up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned some key, like, fundamental things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what we're going to get into later when you talk about the things that, you know what I'm saying, make the relationship special. So I think that's what makes us dope, bro.
Wow. Like, hope y'all catching this, man. They already dropping gems. They already coming with it. Another gem that Darryl, D. Cooke, national author and speaker, already said was be present. Are you present to when your wife or your spouse is talking? Like, that's how he started this out. After his wife started, he said, I'm just present. Like, that's so powerful, and I hope you caught that gem. When your spouse is talking, sometimes you can just listen, right? Yeah. So let me ask you this then. Every couple goes through their ups and downs, right? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you said 20 years you've been knowing this guy? Yeah. You've been knowing this 20 years? Yeah. That's special. And that uniqueness of you guys being who you say you are, what, and I know you probably got so many, what is your greatest, like, what is the greatest gift that you guys have with each other, though? Like, what, if you can say, man, our communication, our love, our passion, our sex, our teamwork, like, what's y'all thing, though? Like, what, because something holds y'all together, right? Like, something allows y'all to be able to keep going another 20 years. What do you think you guys have mastered in your relationship that can help somebody else?
I think I would say it's a lot, but specifically, I think for the both of us is the love of family and our children. We are both blessed to still have both of our parents alive.
Wow.
And so,
wait, both of you?
Yeah.
Both of us.
Your mom, your dad, your mom and dad.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Just, you know, and so, and then we try to incorporate the time with the parents.
Okay.
And then the time with the children and grandchildren. So family, the love of family for me, because family will lead to, you know, family is your legacy. So we try to instill that bond of togetherness, family, and love. So I think that for me is what keeps us together, or what I like most about it is family.
You know I'm a crybaby sissy punk.
Hey, look.
I do this. This is what I do.
This is the Love Conquers podcast where real people express real emotions, man. It's no game. I got authentic, genuine folk in the building that's coming to just give you gems and bless you. So I hope the emotion that you see right now, you know it's authentic and it's real.
Absolutely.
That was powerful, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, D. Cooke. Let me ask you this, Darryl. By her saying that, I'm assuming y'all went through some tough times.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I'm assuming, because the emotion got to be coming from something.
Yeah.
So, if you can, on the contents of what she said, talk about how did you realize that family and togetherness was y'all thing? Because, did that just first day y'all met, or is this over time? Like, because somebody needs to hear, like, how do you even find what that thing and that thing that helps ground your relationship is? Some people out there, they still searching for it.
Yeah.
So how did you find that through the tough times, through the good times? How did you realize that?
So the first thing is, the first thought that came to my mind when you were speaking right now was when I was single. And sometimes we have thoughts that in our mind in a single state. Like you will ask yourself, like, am I really? Should I really be in a relationship? Am I relationship material, or should I just be single like this, like all my life, right? Or is my soulmate out there? Is there such thing as a soulmate? Is there somebody y'all meet, and when you start engaging more, you believe and you accept them? I know that person for me is out there, like somewhere, probably going through a messed up situation like I'm going through right now, looking for me.
Got it.
Right? So when I met her, it was like in passing, in a comfortable space. I was in a safe space, right? And to walk past like this woman, like, hey, soft spoken.
Yeah.
How you doing in that? Now I'm watching her movements, and our son Trayvon, which lives with other abilities right now, cerebral palsy and epilepsy. I would see this lady sometimes when I'm coming in from work. The bus outside, waiting on the bus to pull up. They lowering the gate down. Our son coming off with the wheelchair. She's strolling them in the house. I'm just paying attention to that, bro, as I'm walking in the house. Like, man. Right? Like that takes a lot of strength, just the consistency to do that, right? The
That show
commitment.
family.
Man,
That show together.
bro, that's one of the qualities when I said that a lot of women, they presented that picture like that's what it was, bro. But they really wasn't about that life. She about that life, bro. Like, she had dreams, aspirations. She wanted to go to school for medical, all that good stuff, right? And then, you just don't know how the creator is going to have you live out that gift.
Got it.
Like, she thought she was going to be in the hospital, She ended up being at home, like, taking care of our son, right? So when she say family, you saw a tear come down my face, right?
Because it's real.
Because it's real, bro.
Let me ask you this then, Michelle. Because he said a lot, right? You started off with family. He followed up with how that looks and how you guys are together. I'm about to go somewhere with you. As much as family is y'all foundation, and y'all realize that because some people foundation are other things, right? You guys actually, I'm assuming, go through a lot with being in a situation that you guys have. It's not easy, right? So can you tap on that a little bit? I know you're a full-time caregiver of your son. I know you say he has epilepsy. And I'm tapping on that because somebody needs to hear, okay, a family is their foundation, but they going through so much as a family.
Bro.
How are they able to continue to push through that? Now, this is where the gyms come in at. So I need y'all to catch this, right? Because y'all going. It's not like, okay, if you would have said this, oh, family is our number one thing, and I would have asked you, and you would have said, yeah, we don't got no family issues. We don't go through nothing. Family is perfect. Everybody's a certain way, whatever. But you actually said you have a son, and I know that causes a lot of time.
No question.
I know that causes energy. I know maybe some sad days, right?
Wow.
So how do you and you both continue to build off family when you actually go through so much?
First, we had to find that balance. It was difficult finding that balance, balancing balancing time, time with my son, time with my husband, time with my daughter, my grandchildren, then time with friends. It's balance is the key. I mean, I had to figure out how to balance all of that, and it wasn't easy at all, you know. And then I had to have time for me.
Don't run away from this. How did you did you guys come up with techniques? Like, was it because somebody's out there struggling with that same thing, right? They struggling with like, how do I? They asking themselves right now, watching, how do I find that balance?
It's trial and error. You know, you go through things. You argue about what you want to do and what versus what you need to do. We had to figure out the difference between a need and a want.
Okay.
And
what is that difference? So can you tap on that? What can you give me an example of a need and a want?
A need is me needing to do whatever it is I need to do for my son because he can't do anything for himself.
Okay.
And a want is wanting to go out and hang out with my husband. That's the difference. What I had to find a balance in, but I needed to sometimes sacrifice or put into place someone else who could feel that need of doing what I needed to do for my son in order to do what I wanted to do with my husband.
Wow.
So
I want to add on to that, and I wanted you to jump in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
My uncle, rest in peace, he had said, a real man does what he needs to do, and a man who is just pretending to be a man does what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, when you said you had to separate the need from the want, that's a gem. She literally had to define what's number one priority and then build off of that. And taking care of your son. Because once again, we still talking about your foundation is family. That's what keeps 20 years going, right? That's what keeps another 20 going and another 20 going. So that was a gem in itself. Make sure you guys, if you are in a situation where you're trying to build up family, right? And you're trying to make that your, if you think that's your foundation, you want that to be your foundation, what you say, they need to figure out the need first.
And also, too, this is very important, like, to have this conversation right now because a lot just happened. You know what I'm saying, in that conversation. I just went through a whole range of emotions.
Yeah.
Everything hit
Talk
me
about
because, bro,
Talk about
the same situation that make us strong almost broke us. Because of the same reason she just said. All right? So let me just break this down from my point of view, bro. Like, I'm a young kid from Chicago, D. Rose style. You feel what I'm saying? I got dreams and ambitions. You know what I'm saying? My mother got locked up when I was 7. I got sisters I need to take care of. And I'm thankful for the Creator that all my limbs working. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to go out here and move. I'm used to moving.
Yeah.
I'm used to making stuff happen. I'm used to being impromptu. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to just spontaneity. And when you're in a relationship, and like a lot of people see my wife, this is the love of my heart, man. This is my soul. She's beautiful. The reason why I don't feel like another man like stepping into my slot cause you may become able to come in, finesse some words, you can lay, we all got man parts and everything.
Yep.
But I know that you won't be able to last throughout the duration of the commitment that I made to her and what means something to her. Her son, right? Bro, when I tell you that was the hardest part for me to be able to swallow and accept that, oh no, this ain't no game, but it ain't just about jumping into bed and having sex. You're going to have to play the background sometimes, bro. That's the thing I was trying to get rid of in my life, is playing the background. I needed my mom to be there for me. I needed my dad to be there for me. I jumped in the relationship so I could have closeness. And now I got to take a second seat again. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I really have to do some soul searching in myself, man. Because I can't come home today. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, hey, baby, pack your stuff. We're on our way to Cancun.
Right.
I can't, bro. And you said something earlier that stuck with me. That's really my superpower as a man. That's what I was able to bring to a relationship.
Certain type of energy. Speed.
That the woman wanted. Like, man, I don't even know what to expect from him. We just doing all type of stuff.
Right.
I don't have that power in the house, bro. I had to find another way. And it's really depressing me. Because I can't put on my super cape sometimes and just be like, baby, let's do this. right? And so you have a thought like, man, bro, am I built for this? Am I in the way right now, bro? Now I got to get involved more, right? And it feels like all the trauma. Like you asked me, what's our thing that keep us together? I think it's the fact that we both recognize that we was going through trauma. Me being incarcerated and her knowing I'm going through in that cell, but me also knowing that she at home and in some form of capacity inside the cell. Go ahead.
No, that's deep, man. I
Bro.
gotta sit back because I'm learning so much right now, and
Yeah.
it's inspiring because, like I mentioned earlier, I know you're a national speaking author, but my audience might not know, right?
Right.
So I want to preference something because it's interesting that you said the number one thing is built off family, and you grew up, and your family kind of got taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know you mentioned being incarcerated, and that was through a domestic situation.
Yep.
Somebody you were in love with at the time.
Yep.
And you caught them basically cheating on you
Mm-hmm.
with another man.
Yep.
And that put you in a compromising situation.
Yep.
So, once again, the Love Conquers podcast, right? It's all about conquering the situation that you're in. So how did you, Michelle and Darryl, like navigate? You guys came from two separate paths. Your mother was locked up you were 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you had your mother and father in the house, right?
I had my mother in the house.
You had your mother with you. So both of you had situations that you had to navigate. And right now, family.
Yeah.
Like, how did you learn to grow this union into family when maybe you wasn't even shown that all the way? Like, where did that come from? Because most of the time people get shown something, but you figured it out along the way.
Yeah.
Like, how did that even occur?
For me, I can remember like at 12 thinking that what I liked in people, I was going to keep with me. What I didn't like, I was going to throw it away. And so growing up, that's what I always did. So when I met somebody and I liked something that they did, I kept that with me. And the things that I didn't like, I just threw it away. And I tried my best not to fall into that. So keeping that in mind all through life is, I think, for me, is what I knew what I wanted in life. I wanted family. I wanted to give my children the things that I didn't have, or give them the time that I didn't have. Just doing the things that I wanted when I was a kid, and giving them what I had. And I always tried to treat every child how I wanted to be treated. And as far as us being a blended family, that's what I did. That's what I do.
Got it.
His children are my children.
Got it.
I treat them how I want my children to be treated, and because I know that when you make a difference, kids know when you're making a difference in them, between them. For an example, like growing up, I felt that my father's parents treated their daughter's kids better than ours, and that hurted. We felt that. I don't think that they ever really knew or realized that, but that was a feeling that I never wanted another kid to feel. So whenever I met a kid, I never mistreated them. I always did what was in the best interest for them. I never made my kid feel better than another kid, and I never made another kid feel better than mine. So making them feel like they are a part of the family, every kid that I come in contact with, because that's a horrible feeling to feel like, you being picked and chosen over.
Got
so
it.
I never do that.
I had a question there. I had two questions. First one is for you then, Michelle. So would you say, based off of what you just said, that the gem in that is staying true to who you are, even if you haven't been shown a certain route to go down? Because you knew, like you said, you knew I wanted to have a family.
Yeah.
I wanted to treat people fair.
That's
But
yeah.
so many people who use that as an excuse also to say that I haven't been shown how to do that.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of my sayings. I always say this too. Be who you say you are, and let the people decide whether they want to, be bothered with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, be who you say you are.
Catch that. I need to catch that. Be who you say you are, and let the people decide if they want to be bothered with you.
And you got to be okay with that.
And you got to be okay with that because that's authentic.
Yeah, that's authentic right there.
So Darryl, D. Cooke, my man, answer this. For people, because somebody gonna catch what your wife just said,
For sure.
and somebody not.
For sure.
I need you to bring that point home though, from this perspective. It's somebody, and I'm gonna repeat this. They're saying they're using it as a crutch. Follow up with it. They saying, my daddy wasn't in my life. I don't know how it is to be a man or a husband.
Yeah.
My mama wasn't in my life, so I don't know what a woman wants.
Gotcha.
So you've been through some of these similar experiences, and somehow, some way, you still got this woman sitting here 20 years later.
Yeah.
And if somebody is watching this that's like, well, I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to figure it out. What you want from me? What would you tell that person? What would you tell that young king or queen? What would you tell them to say, hey?
I would say to you, first and foremost, your thoughts are more powerful than you could ever comprehend. What do I mean by that? I mean that in the worst of situations, right? We used to have this commercial that came on when we was young. It was two crash test dummies inside a car, and they were running into the wall.
Right.
And at the end of the commercial, the slogan was, "You can learn a lot from a dummy." You know what I'm saying, right? So, what I want people to do is like lock into themselves. Understand, why did I say that? Why did I say that, right? Because a lot of times we crash, and a lot of times we feel as though we can only learn from the righteous move. No, you can learn from the stumble as well, right? You can learn from the stumble. Now, here's the thing that I really want people to keep in mind when it comes to that. I got a parable that I use. It was two sons. They was twins. They had a father that was alcoholic. The two sons, you probably heard me say this before, but one of the sons was an alcoholic. The other one became a pilot. They interviewed the two sons. They asked the son that was an alcoholic, like, what happened? Talk to us. He was like, come on, man. Y'all met my father? Come on. What y'all expect?
Right.
What did you think was going to happen? And everybody accepted that answer. It was like, let's talk to the son that's a pilot. Bro, wait a minute now. You grew up in the same house. How did you become a pilot? And he said, I'm going to give you the same answer that my brother did. Look at my father. What that taught me was that my thoughts are more powerful. Like I said at the beginning when I opened, that you will ever know, right? The person who believes that they can and the person that believes that they can't are both right.
Yeah.
They both right. You just need to make a decision on which one of those people that you want to be.
Gym alert.
That
was a gym.
Come on.
Say that again, though, D. Cook. Say it again. Say that part again.
I don't care if you got a mother or father in the house. A man or woman who believes that they can go out here and have a solid, strong relationship, and a person that believes that they can't are both right. You just need to make a decision on which one of those you want to do.
That was a gym, y'all. That was a gem. And this is why I needed this couple on the podcast today. Michelle started with saying, be authentic. And B. Darryl followed up with, be authentic because your mind controls everything. Whatever you believe in is who you are. But if you're not even authentic in yourself, how can you be authentic for somebody else?
Yeah,
Right.
And that's the part, bro, too. And I don't want to cut you off, but
that's
there's something
on you.
that I left on the table, bro, that I definitely want to bring back up. Because we were talking about family, right?
Yep,
and you hit on something like that was so important, right? Like growing up, because I didn't have my mom there, you know, my dad was in the street. Like family always meant something. I told you some of my energy was fueled off of mom and dad. I'm gonna show you this how it should have been right here. You know what I'm saying? Mom, you got locked up at 7. Dad, you in the street. I'm not gonna play the street like that, pops. You know what I'm saying? I did my little dibble and dabbing, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I actually want to be in a relationship.
Got it.
And to have that failed relationship like that, bro, it almost broke me again, right? But I said, I can't give up on this because I know what I needed as a young man. So when I seen the qualities in this lady, I'm like, that's something I can get evenly yoked with. It's important, bro, to get evenly yoked. Evenly yoked, bro. Like, for real. Like, we can't walk if the yoke's on my neck up here and it's down on you. We like that. It's a strain walking. When we evenly yoked, bro, we walking in the same steps. So I brought that up to say that as a man, for every man that's on here listening, bro, you may have to adjust what your superpower is in your relationship. I can't use the superpowers that I've been using to finesse in other relationships because we ain't got that type of mobility. So I have to learn some other type of skills. So now, where I would usually be, I'm trying to show me what to move, show me what the strength on, show me what the, and now I have to stop down, and the way to her heart or a way to make our relationship work was me to reinvent myself. Now, you spoke on everything early, motivational speaker. Bro, I'm from state to state. I got a Minds Over Nines gun violence prevention program that I do across this nation, bro. I do 12 group sessions a week, man. But what people don't know is, last week, my wife had to go to Minnesota because we had a tragedy in the family, a death in the family, right? The way our family is set up, we both couldn't travel. I had to send my wife to Minnesota, man, by herself, bro. And I had to stay home and feed our son. I had to stay home and feed him 4 times a day, bro. I never knew what Felbatol was, valproic acid, Onfi. You know, I can keep going. Epidolax, melatonin. I can keep going. Jevity. I can keep going, bro. That wasn't who I was before I got in this relationship. I had to humble myself, bro.
You saying a lot of things right now.
A lot, bro. It's
saying
heavy on the man.
Yeah, you saying
it's
a lot of
heavy
things.
on the man, bro.
Yeah,
I had to change a man's diaper. But it's
heavy.
my son while my wife was gone, bro. And then when my wife come home, I got to give that time up because I got to understand, you know what I'm saying? Trayvon do need Michelle. He do. You know what I'm saying? But this is my wife too. So what we find that space. So when she come in the room and not affectionate, I'm like, oh, man. I ain't been with you all day.
Right.
How many people been in my face out here?
Yeah.
What you want me to do?
Talk about this.
Stop, man. We in it.
This is good.
We
Let me,
now,
because
bro.
he's dropping so many gems. I want
bro.
Michelle to get in there. But before you
Yeah.
get in there, I gotta, because I want the audience to catch. He just said like 10 things to hit me, just flooding my system. I don't even know where to start at. But I say this for both of you. One thing that I did catch that was super powerful was, in the beginning, the energy was amazing. You guys were who you said you were. But the path and the road is not easy though. So I need you to tap into that, Michelle. I need you to talk about that because there's some couple out there right now that it started out so amazing and they cannot pivot and transition to the next superpower because they stuck in the amazing experience when they first met.
Come on, bro.
And so I hope I set you up for that because I want you to really tap into that because it's some couple like, well, it ain't like how it used to be. We used to go out all the time. We used to eat all the time. And instead of looking at their situation and transitioning and saying, okay, my superpower was I used to be able to take you out all the time and be spontaneous. But maybe now I need to figure out how to just rub your feet. Maybe I need to just figure out how to you might not be affectionate tonight, but maybe I need to just figure out how to fix your plate and hold you.
Hey, maybe I could bring Jamaica to a bedroom. Put some little sand inside the room or something, right?
Talk about that transition. Like, do you feel like you mastered as a couple that transition? Because 20 years is a long time.
Yeah. Well, before I met him, so he had to come into a difficult situation, and he had to learn and adjust. And I totally understood that, and I didn't have no issue with him not knowing how to handle it because I didn't know how to handle it when it happened to me because my son was born perfectly normal, and when he was 22 months old, he started having seizures. And so I had to adjust. I was in school for medical assistant. I did, finish that, but I never went into the field because he got sick, and it just progressed to the point where he wasn't able to walk. his speech regressed and all of that stuff. So I understood, the things that he didn't understand, but I had more time to deal with it than him, and I knew that it was going to be a work in progress for him to understand and to get.
Wow.
So
That's a lot in that. I gotta take that in. All right. That's a lot. So let me ask you this. This is a mature conversation, though. Right? This is 20 years down the line conversation.
Mm-hmm.
20 years in the game. Is somebody watching this that's maybe don't have the same similar situation, maybe something similar, right? Or maybe something completely different. But they can't see themselves. Like when I hear both of you talk, it's like you can actually see yourself, and it's like you're saying like, oh, I see my gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta adjust that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like y'all been working through that together. Like, where does that come from? Do you have mentors or coaches or family members that you look to for relationship advice? Because it's been like throughout the whole thing that I've been personally hearing and learning from today is you said I had to transition my superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you see that you had, like, you can't see yourself? Like, you said, oh, I understood that he's coming into a dynamic situation with me and my son. Another woman or man may just say you gotta adjust, whatever. But you understood, like, you saw yourself to say it's not that easy. I gotta give him time. You saw yourself to say, oh, this is not who I want to be, and that last relationship is behind me. I gotta give this time. Like, where does that come from? Because it's somebody struggling right now with compatibility, communication, to adjust, to figure out, oh, my wife needs this. Oh, my husband needs this. And you guys are going through that ultimate sacrifice because you're taking care of a son that has disabilities. Mm-hmm. And so you have to literally see yourself every day and not get mad. Yeah. Like, you literally have to say, well, I want to spend time with my wife, but she has to take care of my son. Or, you know what, I want to go to a trip, but I have to take him. Like, that's difficult. So how do you see yourself in a moment and stop yourself from, and I'm pretty sure, authentically, you might have days where you're upset.
Yeah, man.
But, like, how do you see yourself? Because y'all be honest, I think this right here is the gem. This is right here. Like, if you can help a couple and articulate, how can you see yourself? Or do you not see yourself and you get advice and coaching or family members? You got the floor.
So, if you don't mind, baby, one thing that you brought up and stated is like knowing yourself and being stable, like who you are and what you wanted. Prior to meeting Michelle, I already knew what I wanted as a man.
Okay.
I like made a decision in my mind, like I want to build a foundation, like with somebody. I just came in with those pieces. When I met her, I told you, it's like she had those pieces as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the big thing is the commitment that I made to myself. So I would ask each person, man or woman, what is the commitment and what is the long-term goal that you really, really, really see for yourself, right? But you got to break that down to a million pieces.
You said you would ask other people that?
Yeah, to ask themselves, like, what you really, really want, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
And like your coaching sessions or like...
It like out of life,
just
with your relationship?
No, is this like a random conversation you're having with people?
Oh, so random conversation. This is questions that we have when I do group facilitation.
Okay.
When we're working on relationships.
So it's actually in your work as well?
Absolutely, man.
Okay, no, I just want the audience to know.
Sure,
like,
for sure.
So this is like, just kind of in your daily life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. But aside from that, like you said...
So I think you said, speaking to the audience, you would say to them that...
Yes, absolutely. So speaking to the audience, like I would say to them that like getting in tune with like truly yourself, like what you want out of a relationship. Because when I made up my mind that I wanted a marriage, the sacrifices that I'm making don't necessarily really feel like a gamble. It don't, bro. It seemed like a necessary route to the championship. Like, And so at first it could have broke us. I was resentful. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to go out here and make money, but you going grocery shopping. I gotta feed Moo.
But I gotta push back.
Come on.
Somebody's right now saying, I know I want to be with this woman.
For sure.
They said, I know I want to be with this man.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can't see it right now. How we gonna make it work?
how,
Right?
like, and you were able to literally sit up there and see yourself and say, I know I want to be with this woman.
Absolutely.
Listen, so I gotta make it work.
For sure.
I gotta, go internal about it. I gotta go to her about it. But it's somebody. So is that the key?
Right,
Is
because-
it just talking about it?
Well, ask yourself. No.
What is it?
Ask yourself the reverse question first. Like you said, asking yourself the question like, do I want to be with this person for the rest of my life? Ask yourself the reverse question. Can you see yourself without this person, like for the rest of your life? Is it just as simple as talking? No. It's like about 15 more layers we got to put on that.
Yeah.
But the other 14 layers are untouchable if the first layer of communication is not there. You can't touch them.
Oh, that's cool. So many gems. This is beautiful. My question got thrown off, but I was saying, you said, repeat that last statement.
So,
Because you had said you had to figure out if you can live
I
without
had to
that
ask
person.
myself the question first, like, could I see myself like without her? And when I got that answer, like, no, I can't see that. There's so many things in here that make me strong, right? Remember the man who wanted it and the man that don't, the man that believes and the man that don't, both of them are correct. I started seeking things in my vision that could help solidify our love. So you asked a question earlier. You said, do you have mentors? Do you have somebody that's crazy? Well, it's not crazy that you would say that, but let me bring them up in this space. Bro, let me tell you why I love champs the way I love champs. And you know where I'm about to go.
Yeah. Champs is a male mentoring organization in Chicago
Yes.
that help African and American Latino boys on the south side of Chicago.
No doubt, no doubt. So I was on radio on Soul 106.3 at the time around the first or second Champs conference. I had somebody in my community was like, yo, they got a Champs male mentoring taking place at Gary Coleman. You need to connect with them, bro. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing. Connect with Principal Vondale Singleton. I'm about to give him your number. She said, is that cool? I said, yeah. Vondale called like half an hour. Yo, what's good, bro? I'm like, man, bro, it's an honor to speak with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on to the radio show. He was like, cool. After he came to the radio show, he was like, I want to have you in as a host. Wow, I love Champs Male Mentoring because the men that are a part of the program, like yourself, Coach O, Vondale, Christian,
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
these brothers are the message that they bring. I'm looking at Vondale and now he move around with his queen, Dr. Singleton. I'm like, how could this realness inside here? How was this brother able to move a whole organization and still, when I see him and his queen together, is solid. He got children with him, everything is in place, right? I said, no, bro, I must not be trying hard enough. I got it right here if I want it. And then the second piece, which really, really made me say that this is my brother. He ain't got to do nothing else for me in life. E.T., bro. He ain't got to do nothing else for me ever in life. But the fact that he got on stage, man, and spoke about that his wife was dealing with MS and multiple sclerosis and how he could have broke the relationship and how he made up his mind to say that.
That's powerful for you because you going through something right now with your wife, like with somebody dealing with the
You feel me,
illness.
bro?
I don't want to stop you. I just want the people to sit on that for a second, right? Like I feel your emotion. I feel it, and I don't want the people to miss that moment,
Yeah.
which is get around a circle too. That's a gem. Like they've been ever since we started. That's a gem. Dope couples dropping gems, and they here live doing it right now. Michelle, your husband's a powerful man. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't gotta tell you that. I know that. That's why I love being around them. I gotta ask you this. I'm gonna go deep with you for a second, because he's so powerful that his energy, his words, everything's gonna be explosive. But when he came in the relationship, did he see himself how he saw himself now? Because he can see. He has an eye for people, for himself, but when he came in the relationship, because family is what you guys told me was your number one. Did you have to coach him? Did you have to guide him, or was it because remember, it's somebody watching this, and I need them to. They might be frustrated right now looking at you too. You know why? Because they might be saying, but I'm not Michelle and I'm not D Cooke. Like, well, how did they go? I need you to bring it home with this one, right? How did they go 20 years? He had domestic relationship issues. His mother wasn't, your father wasn't, and family is their number one thing. And he came in this relationship with a son, a beautiful boy that had this dealing with illness. Like, did he see himself authentically, or did you coach him? And if so, what did that process look like?
I don't think that I coached him, but I think I had to let him see who I really was, and see who I needed him to be for me. So
how did you get him to see who he needed to be for you?
Just basically showing him what I needed, talking to him, telling him exactly what I needed from him. At that point, you have a decision to make. You can either do it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And so he chose to, stick and stay and learn the ropes. And I tried to let him know how much I appreciated him for that, by showing him that I had his back in whatever it is he wanted or needed to do.
Wow.
So
I like how you just brought that home. I know we're wrapping up. I really want y'all to end with a few words to the people, because remember, this couples, this is a relationship love conquers podcast that will be seen by millions, and it's somebody that's going to get some gems out of this. So I want you guys to wrap it up. Matter of fact, I want to ask you guys to play a game for me. I want all my couples to get off the show like this. So if you can do me a favor, look at each other, and this the game.
Okay.
You're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
As long as you can.
Okay.
And you're gonna start with, our union created this.
Okay.
Whatever that this is.
Okay.
So go. You kick it off, D Cooke.
All right. Our union created happiness.
our union created togetherness.
Our union created a sense of wholeness in our family.
Our union created a bond.
Our unit created a foundation for our children to build off of.
Our union created a love that we didn't have before.
Our union created the space for both of us to be frail and weak.
Our union created I got stuck. Let me see. No, we didn't.
Our union created the ability for us to grow in each other's presence.
Yes, that's what I want. Yeah.
And we're going to end it off with you, Michelle. Our union created.
Our union created a lifetime of love.
Love Conquers podcast, man. What did your union create with you and your spouse? And when you are in a moment of despair, when you are in a moment of worry, sit down and play that game. You might hear some things from your spouse that you never even thought about.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel an energy from your spouse that you didn't even know was there.
Mm-hmm.
You might remember some things that you and your spouse have been through just by saying our union created. What did you and your spouse union create? So the Love Conquers podcast, man, they dropped a whole bunch of gems from listening to your wife, listening to your husband, to being together, to taking time to hear each other. I mean, taking time to understand that it's not going to be perfect. Taking time to understand that the journey is long and just stick with it. Man, is there anything else?
Yeah, we wanted to say something real quick, man,
Yeah.
to you and your queen. We just want to say, man, we see how you all move, and I've been watching you for a couple of years now, like in real time.
Yeah.
Man, I just want a few in the audience to know that, man, the man that you're listening to, the man that you're following right now, is genuine, incredible, and respectable face to face in real time. This is a good man. Humble, humility, but a genuineness inside his heart that everyone can pull from and get from. I love you, brother, man.
Love you
it's your
too.
birthday.
Yes, sir.
And we didn't want to come over empty-handed. We wanted to bring you something as well. Right? So I was talking about my Minds Over Nines program. I don't know if you need a large, extra large. You're a little bit bigger than me, bro. So I just want to make sure you good. Bring you an extra large joint. But,
Oh, wow.
you know, man. I wanted to bring this to you, man, because of what we out here doing, man. Gun violence prevention.
Yep.
This is a program, man, that after I walked away from my job, me and my wife, that's another point we had to have a conversation, whether or not I was going to become my own boss or not, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this could have failed, but it's here. The creator got his hands on it, and I wanted to give you this, man, from
Thank
us.
you.
Minds Over Nines, man.
Minds Over Nines.
Right, bro.
We're going to end it like this. What can they follow you at, D Cooke?
You can follow me on all social media platforms. My website, DarrylCooke.com. That's Cook with an E. Only me and Sam Cooke got that. All right. All social media platforms, especially on TikTok. I am Darryl Cooke. On Facebook and Instagram, I am DarrylCooke.com.
Michelle and Darryl in the building, y'all. Love Conquers podcast. Let's go.
Please, love conquers. For real, for real.